Hello and welcome to the Star Wars After Show presented by Verizon. I'm Andy Gutierrez, co-host of the Star Wars Show, and this week on the show we are talking about all things Gamescom, especially Star Wars Battlefront, talking about what got us new excited in the new Rogue One trailer and a whole lot more. Joining me this week is my esteemed panel of Lucasfilm employees and Star Wars fans: Justin Bolger, social engagement strategist for StarWars.com, AJ Camarillo, production assistant for the Star Wars Show and good friend of the company, Matt Philibrandt, executive producer for Star Wars Games, and of course Scott Bromley, producer of the Star Wars Show.
This week!
And the Yoda voice. How could we forget?
Oh, nobody will ever
Never
forget.
forget. Never forget.
Let's start with Gamescom. We showed off some new bits of the Battlefront VR DLC today, which is really exciting. And Matt, I'm sure you can tell us a little bit more about what's going on at the convention right now.
Yeah, super exciting. I think today was the first day that people got some hands-on time with not only the VR experience that we're showing a sneak peek of there, but also a new look at the Battle Station mode that will be coming out for the main game as part of the Season Pass in September. So really exciting times. I think with the Battlefront VR experience, it's kind of the first opportunity for folks to really get immersed in what it's like to sit in an X-Wing cockpit. Yeah. I think some of you have actually had a chance to take a look at that.
Yeah, I tried it yesterday, and I'm not a great first-person shooter player. Like the double joysticks always mess with me, and now I'm like, I have to get good at this because I want to play. It's really cool.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is if you own Battlefront and you get the Sony VR hardware, you'll be able to play this experience for free when it comes out. So I think that's really going to be really cool for Battlefront fans. But I know, like, the first time we tried it out here when we were working on it with Criterion, just being in the cockpit, having that moment where you're sort of flying around under all the ships that sort of kick off the experience, it really makes you feel like you're really immersed in Star Wars, so it's pretty cool.
I forgot to look around. I think that was the thing. I'm so used to just looking straight ahead. I didn't realize how immersive it was going to be until Scott was like, turn around and look behind you, and you see that there's, you know, a 360 environment that you're in. It's really, really fun.
The best part for me was looking around, because as somebody who plays Battlefront, I've seen how everything looks already. But when you have the VR headset on and you look down and there are like X-Wing pilot legs here and you can see your hand on the control stick and then look behind you and there's an astromech, it's immersive in a way that I wasn't expecting, considering that I was just sitting on a couch playing a game.
Also, Death Star.
Yeah.
Death Star.
Yeah, so that's the other really cool piece coming out of Gamescom is we have a new mode coming out as part of the third installment of the Battlefront Season Pass. That's coming out in September, and we're showing a kind of early look at the first stage of that mode, which is going to it ultimately breaks down into 3 different phases. But in this first phase, we are sort of coming out with our first space battle experience. Most of the vehicular combat that we've had so far in Fighter Squadron's all been sort of like atmospheric. So now we're going out into space. You're going to see the Death Star is featured quite prominently throughout all of this. And initially, the player is in a mode where you're fighting X-Wings and A-Wings versus TIEs and TIE Interceptors.
But you can play as an Imperial and kill rebels. Don't worry, Justin. Don't worry.
Something just for you.
Got you covered.
And millions of other really happy people.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
So you would be trying to stop the rebels from taking out the Star Destroyer, which is kind of the key moment in the first stage of the battle. It looks fantastic. We think fans are really going to love it. And then once that phase is over, you'll transition to actual boots on the ground combat in the Death Star. And then once you have that experience, we're not really releasing a ton of details about that right now. But there'll be a third phase where now players will get to kind of experience the trench run. We're going to be introducing Luke's X-Wing and Darth Vader's TIE Advance. There'll be new vehicles that will be coming out with this as well. So, as well as a bunch of other cool stuff like new heroes, Chewbacca and Bossk. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I want to run through as Chewbacca. Now, like, 'cause I'm also in the camp of I'm not good at the dual joysticks, so now I'm going to have to, like, buckle down and get good so that I can experience all this stuff.
You and me, girl. Let's do this.
Yeah, like, we'll just team up and get better at it. I mean, it's just so beautiful. But when I play it, I'm kind of like that jerk that just is like, I want to explore, and oh hey, I can run in a circle on Hoth and see my footprints in the snow. I'm that person.
Dude, that's me too. That is me too.
That's like, no, go towards the battle, go towards, I'm like, but look, you can see my footprints in the snow. This is so awesome. Yeah, I need to get better.
You'd like to lie
this.
down and do snow angels
Yeah,
in
I'm
there
like,
if you
look
could?
at me, this is so fun. I'm on Hoth, and there's, oh look, there's an AT-AT.
Moving on to Rogue One. Rogue One reactions, we got to show some of them off. I know you got to see a lot on social. I was following along pretty closely, but we haven't really talked about how we all felt about it. And I'm interested to hear your opinions.
I think this is awesome. I also love the shot of the AT, I guess it's AT-ACT, when it gets hit in the face. And it just kind of goes, oh man. Does his head move that way because of the missile or because the guy in the controller is like,
like,
oh!
ah!
Ow!
Immediate reaction.
Hands on the control.
I love the context that it brings to Star Wars. You hear Obi-Wan Kenobi in Episode 4 talk about the dark times and how bad everything is. And you know, in the original Star Wars trilogy, you're right there with the main characters who are at the front of this war. So of course they're going to see this stuff. But the day-to-day things that we talked about, even in the first after show episode, it seems like you get more of a feel for that kind of stuff in this trailer. Like on Jedha, you're in city streets, you see stormtroopers patrolling, you've got that quick shot of the Rebel Alliance pilots in the shackles. It just feels a lot more visceral, and I like the context that that gives to later Star Wars movies.
I think it makes the whole galaxy seem bigger to me, because you know, we're focused on the same core group for so long, and people get this idea that that's, you know, everybody knows who Luke Skywalker is. Everybody knows who Darth Vader is. Everybody knows that this Death Star is. Everybody, like, it's not really like that. And I think hopefully that's kind of what I'm hoping that Rogue One will help establish.
I mean, I think that opening shot, just of, you know, the looking out over the city, I mean, instantly it just feels like a Star Wars, a place in Star Wars. You know, there's so much iconic art direction. It's just really, it feels connected to the classic trilogy, all the look there.
One of the reactions I saw online was addressing the rumors that like all of the reshoots were done to like make it less like a war film. I'm like, that's your war film right there. Like, it addressed that head on and kind of hopefully put the naysayers to rest.
And they've been calling it a war film from the very beginning, like ever since Celebration Anaheim last year.
I would also say from the first time they brought the movie out to an audience of people in '76 with the title Star Wars, they've been calling it a war film, but that's just me, semantics.
But they do things in the trailer, like you were saying, a war film. And they combine Star Wars elements, like there's that shot of the X-Wings in the rain flying down and shooting wherever they are, the Imperial, the Stormtroopers. And something about the way the music swells, and the rain, and the grit, and the old school X-Wing sound effects, just like, it's Star Wars, but it's not necessarily Star Wars, but it's Star Wars.
Or as
It's
Kevin
great.
Smith said,
It ain't your grandpappy Star Wars.
there you go.
Yep, there you go.
There you go.
I'm personally really excited about K2SO because
You're
I'm a droid fan.
You're a droid fan.
So, I mean, just like his line in the trailer, I was like, oh my god, I love him so much.
He's gonna be
I'm
a
so
star.
excited! There's another droid for me to love. I mean, yeah, I love droids. I have R2 here. I want to get Chopper on the other side. I have to get BB-8. So, you know, there might be a K2SO.
Yeah, he's tall, so he would need like.
He's like the full on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dedicate. If he's that great, I'll dedicate a full area to him.
Wow. All right, that's dedication.
On a character note, I was actually just really excited that they showed a little bit more of Cassian, Diego Luna's character. I'm guessing from what they showed, he's going to be kind of almost an equal to Jyn. He seems like he's going to be, you know, a good partner for her. I thought that was pretty cool because I really like Diego Luna. Come on the Star Wars show. It'll be fun. The ensemble seems lovable and very diverse in their personalities, and it seems really cool.
I love the Vader reactions as well, like
Yeah.
online. Everybody in the office was like, you know, it's just 2 seconds of Vader. Is anyone really going to be excited? And then you look at all the reactions, and I mean, we did a great job editing the Star Wars show this week when you see everybody at the same time, like, oh! And that's awesome that people are so excited to see Darth Vader that literally 1 second of him not even facing the camera makes everybody go insane.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming by, talking about Rogue, talking about games. You and I, we're going to have to go out there
Battlefront.
and do a round of
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Anytime.
Are you
Come
gonna
on
get
over.
Battlefront on?
Come on over.
And we'll have to show you guys the VR experience.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
50 feet.
I know.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And thank you all for tuning into the Star Wars After Show presented by Verizon. We'll be back next week with another episode and new guests maybe, but maybe some old ones. You know, we've got some friendly faces. Friendly faces. And if you want some more Star Wars show, be sure to check out StarWars.com or YouTube.com/Star Wars. May the Force be with you.